Good morning. It's Tuesday morning and welcome to the morning news right here on TV3. We are coming to you live from our studios at Adesawe Kanda. We're also streaming live on Facebook at TV3 Ghana. My name is Safwa Boyne, and now coming up this morning. Minority in Parliament rejects suspension of 3 NPP MPs in their caucus, but chairman of the Appointments Committee, Bernard Ahiafo, says Speaker has the power to suspend. Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Akwele Oklu targets to fix 70% of Accra's non-functioning streetlights within 50 days. Police arrest former MP and owner of Inswatreman FC Ignatius Bafoiwa and 2 others in connection with the tragic death of an Asante Kotoko supporter who was stabbed over the weekend. We have details of this and many more coming up shortly. Please do stay with us. Let's settle for the news now. The first Deputy Speaker of Parliament and Chairman of the Appointments Committee has expressed dissatisfaction over the conduct of some members of Parliament during the ongoing ministerial vetting. He stated that to some extent he feels disrespected by the manner in which the vetting process has unfolded. According to the Speaker of Parliament, according to him, the Speaker of Parliament has the authority to suspend MPs for misconduct during the proceedings.
Law gives the Speaker the powers to suspend these 4 members of Parliament for this number of days. Which specific provision?
Well, I think we have to look at the combined effect of Standing Order 5, 129, 130, there about the combined effect. We give the authority to the Speaker so to do.
To suspend members of Parliament?
Yes.
From attending to the business of the House?
Yes.
Depriving their constituents of representation?
He has that particular power.
He has the power.
Even every member of Parliament can suffer a suspension.
Even before they are heard?
If a member of Parliament cannot suffer. You see, the difference is that if the incidents had happened outside Parliament and a report is made to Parliament, the approach would have been different.
Do you feel disrespected?
Well, I indicated that in every society, some are morally righteous, others are contrary. By the virtue of the position that I am occupying, certain things should be welcome.
But do you feel disrespected sometimes?
Well, to some extent.
To some extent?
Yes.
You feel disrespected?
I feel so disrespected. Because I have adopted a tolerance approach in order to get the nominees vetted.
Still on parliamentary affairs, the minority in Parliament has rejected the suspension of 3 members of Parliament in their caucus, describing the move as contrary to law, harsh, and one capable of undermining the will of the people of Ghana. Leader Alexander Apenyomarken said the Speaker of Parliament acted in bad faith by not giving fair hearing to the lawmakers and are affected. Christian Yali reports.
According to the minority MPs, the Speaker did not act right by suspending 3 of their colleagues without a fair hearing. They say the action of the Speaker has gravely affected their colleagues, and as a result, they have referred the matter to their party's National Council to seek a resolution. Also, the NPP MPs say that they are going to explore all diplomatic means while affirming that they will never be intimidated by their low numbers.
The chair of the committee did not communicate anything to the Speaker. Neither did the Speaker our concerns in a memo to his office. And we believe that that would even form the basis for the discussion. We believe that the right thing to do is to grant these affected members hearing. We have also taken the matter up. We have escalated the matter to our party level. But we want to say this with emphasis. this mighty few, this happy few, will not allow itself to be intimidated.
And yet again, the minority took on the clerk to the appointment committee. They say she has been biased and unfair and has demonstrated that she is partisan. As a result, they do not want her to be on that committee again. They say, as a group of NPP MPs, they are going through difficult times.
The clerk to the committee is a partisan clerk. She is not a neutral professional clerk. She's caused us a lot of discomfort. We've tolerated, accommodated her. At this point, it's getting out of hand. She advertises at midnight. As a minority leader, I am to know those to be vetted the next day ahead of time. He doesn't share that with us. A lot of times I had to manage the pain, the frustration of my members. For now, we don't want the clerk on the appointment committee again.
It remains to be seen whether the Speaker, Alban Bagbin, is going to grant these requests by the minority MPs. But for these MPs, they believe that all proceedings that took place on Friday after Speaker's ruling were illegal because of the gaps that were left due to the suspension of the 4 MPs.
We went to court the last time because all doors for engagement were shut. On this occasion, the doors of engagement have not been shut yet. We are going to engage, Mr. Speaker. We want to give reverence to his high office.
Christian Yale, TV3 News, Parliament House, Accra.
Well, meanwhile, Executive Director of the Africa Center for Parliamentary Affairs, Dr. Rashid Rahman, says the best way forward would be for all actors to dialogue in the interest of Ghana's parliamentary democracy.
We've seen more difficult situations in our parliamentary history. I strongly believe, no matter the public display of disagreement and so on, they are matured people, and at the end of the day, I mean, it's only dialogue that will get us out of this. And as the minority leader himself has praised his colleague on the majority side as being matured, diplomatic, and tolerant, I believe they should explore and exploit that virtue in Honorable Mama Erga, and then perhaps together they can get to the right Honorable Speaker and the wider leadership. Right. That's the only way we can get out of this, because at the end of the day, whilst the minority wants, I mean, to the citizens of our country to hear his voice, it also has to be careful by demonstrating that it's a credible government in waiting. Right. Obstruction, shouting, it doesn't convey that image of a credible government in waiting. Okay. Rather, some kind of level of engagement and openness to discuss and do some give and take, I believe would be what would be expected of both sides, particularly of them who, for us, we see as a government that is.
Well, still on Parliament, the special committee set up by the Speaker to investigate the chaos that took place on Thursday, February 30 in Parliament, has assured that it is working, or it will work, or it will not be a witch hunt of any member of Parliament. Chairman of the committee, Emmanuel Bedra, has requested lawmakers to be cooperative, saying they will work within the mandate given by the Speaker. The committee will begin public hearings into all the issues from Wednesday, February 5, after it is done viewing media content brought before it.
We are to conduct a full-scale investigation into the event of Thursday, 30th January, and the morning of 31st January. 2, identify all members involved in the disorder and submit a report with findings and recommendations. To do this, the committee wishes to announce that we have decided to hold a public hearing of all the issues starting from Wednesday here in Parliament House at 10 a.m. prompt. We shall expect members of Parliament, the media, the guests who were present at a vetting room, as well as members of the general public, to voluntarily appear to assist the committee with the relevant information on the incident.
Let's still bring you some more stories. The Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Akweli-Oklu has targeted to fix 70% of Accra's non-functioning streetlights within 50 days. Meeting her staff on the first day at work, she outlined her vision for the region, promising to address the poor sanitation in the capital.
A brighter and safer Accra, that is the commitment of the new Greater Accra Regional Minister, Linda Akweli-Oklu, as she begins her tenure. In her first official meeting with staff, she set a bold target.
Within 50 days in office, all these things should be fixed. 50 days in office. All the street lights? Yes, not even all, but we'll make sure that majority, at least 70% of it, should be fixed.
Beyond the poor lighting system in the capital, the minister pledged to review and implement a comprehensive sanitation and waste policy to ensure cleaner streets and better waste management.
We will review and implement a comprehensive sanitation and waste policy in line with the NDC's Clean Up Ghana initiative to promote a healthier and cleaner environment. Waste segregation will be encouraged with support for garbage bins, bags, bins in public places and homes. The reintroduction of the National Sanitation Day and the Cleaner City Award will promote a competitive and responsible approach to environmental sanitation. In line with this, there will be a regional sanitation day on the last Friday of every month.
She also urged staff to work diligently to ensure Greater Accra remains a model region for the rest of the country. As the minister settles into her role, all eyes will be on how quickly her promises translate into action in view of the myriad challenges that confronts the capital. With street lighting and sanitation high on her agenda, residents are hopeful for a new chapter in Greater Accra's development.
The Ghana Police Service has confirmed the arrest of Ignatius Bafwewa, the owner of Inswaterman Football Club, in connection with the tragic death of an Asante Kotoko supporter during the match between the two clubs on February 2, 2025 in Inswatere. Bafwewa, a former member of parliament for Sunyani West and ex-minister of state, was apprehended alongside two other individuals, Ajumandia Wusu and Treme Joseph, to assist with ongoing investigations. The tragic incident occurred when violent disturbances broke out during the match, resulting in the death of Francis Yafrempong, popularly known as Nana Poli, a passionate Kotoko supporter. In a search of Wusu's room, police discovered two dresses with suspected blood stains and an MP23 pistol with 15 rounds of ammunition, which has further intensified the investigation. And we will be bringing you more updates on that. Keep watching TV3 right here. And over 500 students have participated in this year's Child in Tech conference to explore the world of technology and its potential. The event, designed to inspire and educate children about technology, featured diverse of speakers and mentors from Ghana.
Innovations in the field of artificial intelligence continue to shape the future of humanity across nearly every industry. AI is already the main driver of emerging technologies like big data and robotics. In Ghana, effort is underway to catch up with the rest of the world with vigorous programs in schools. The Child in Tech conference brought together hundreds of children to explore these emerging technologies. Several mentors at the event demonstrated the application of artificial intelligence across various industries. Some children were optimistic of a brighter future.
I didn't know that I can even create softwares like this. Today I came here, then they encouraged me to create more games, more apps, so that I can develop the future ahead for the building of the AIs and also the other of the C-Sharp.
CEO of Child in Tech, Ekia Utubia Essa, said AI is a powerful tool that can be used to better the lives of Ghanaians, but it must be used responsibly.
We have breakout sessions where the mentors take the children in specific topics. They explain to them in their way of understanding, and we have the exhibition center here where different organizations are showing the children how to use their technology and then how to build things, to explain to them how these things are used when it comes to the real world. The science that they're learning in class, how to actually experiment and learn something from it.
Let's take you to health now. The Acting Director General of the Ghana Health Service says the service is ready to take cholera and meningitis education to schools and other public places to sensitize the public. Professor Samuel Kaba Akria, who visited the Central Region to get first-hand information on the outbreak, said health professionals are up to the task in dealing with the menace.
The first cholera case for the Central Region was recorded on October 31st, 2024 in Kaswa in the Ewusu Senya East Municipality. However, cumulative suspected cases for the Central Region stand at 2,047, while the cumulative death toll for the region stands at 14. According to the Central Regional Health Directorate, out of the 22 districts, 20 have recorded cholera cases, while districts such as Ewusu Senya East, Asen North, Agona East, Upper Dentra West, and Gomwa West that recorded earlier cases of cholera have no active cases now. Ijumako and Ekunfi are the new districts with active cases. Acting Regional Director of Health Services, Dr. Agnes Anane, highlighted some of the measures being put in place to deal with the menace during a stakeholders meeting to find a lasting solution to the outbreak.
We've sent a lot of information around, we've engaged the media, then we are also still engaging CIC so that at least they will play our jingles for us. And also we've done a lot of community database, and currently we have mobile vans and radio adverts ongoing to at least sensitize the people and create more awareness about cholera. Then we've had a lot of stakeholders engagement, and this happens to be one of the stakeholders engagement to see how best we can tackle cholera within the region.
A recent water rationing situation in the Central Region has also been identified as one of the challenges in winning the fight against cholera, as residents are not getting adequate water for domestic purposes. Dr. Atokwansa is the Regional Director for Community Water and Sanitation Agency.
Some of the pumps breaks down, and those account for reasons why sometimes we are unable to provide enough water to the rural folks. But that notwithstanding, as sector players, we've accepted the challenge that if we really want to combat cholera in the region, then we need to first of all deal with these leakages, install safeguard equipment on our electromechanical equipment to ensure that water flows quickly to our people in order for our rural folks to get enough water for domestic use and also to use some to promote hand washing and running water.
Acting Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Professor Samuel Kaba Akria, said the Ghana Health Service will increase sensitization campaigns at schools and market centers while embarking on vaccinations.
This is the time we have to collaborate. This is the time we have to and we must partner each other. Spread the word. We are going to take this campaign to schools, to the market centers, to all parts of the country. We will be given a national update on the situation of cholera and meningitis. We will make sure that this situation should not repeat and becomes like part of our life, that every year we have to come here because of cholera.
Let's bring you our last story now, where tensions continue to rise in Ablekuma North following the contested parliamentary election on December 7, 2024. With irregularities, accusations of fraud and heated debates surrounding the results, the constituency's representation remains uncertain almost 2 months after the polls. Joseph Gold Armstrong Galobe brings us the latest on this developing story.
On December 7, 2024, the electorates of Ablekuma North went to the polls hoping to decide on their next parliamentary representative. But what followed was a tense and uncertain race fraught with drama, controversy, and confusion. As the day unfolded, the process seemed smooth. The long lines of voters eager to make their voices heard, and the election officials working tirelessly to ensure the polls ran fairly. But beneath the surface, there was an undercurrent of suspicion and uncertainty. By the evening of December 7, the first results began to trickle in. Preliminary reports from few of the polling stations suggested a tight race. Pressure mounted on the returning officer, Vincent Obeng, to declare the election results as supporters from both the NPP and the NDC watched closely.
NPP had 27,170. At 28,151. On that note, I declare Eura Abna as the MP selected.
The NDC took to the streets in jubilation as their parliamentary candidate, Irabna Obin, was declared the winner. A day after, the Electoral Commission overruled the declaration, citing irregularities. This led to tension in the constituency and eventually at the regional electoral office, where a recount exercise was expected to take place. More shocking was the burning of ballot papers and pink sheets at the Kwashiman cluster of schools. As the hours passed, the coalition process began to raise alarm. There were growing reports of missing pink sheets and delays in the transmission of results from certain polling stations. With heavy security, the Electoral Commission continued to collate the results. By mid-December through to January 6, 2025, the political fallout began. Parties were trading accusations. The Electoral Commission faced mounting pressure to address claims of fraud. Then came another twist. Presiding officers suspected some of the pink sheets had been tampered with.
Indeed, there is fraud. Indeed, there is fraud.
NPP members of parliament waded into the controversy, attempting to halt parliamentary proceedings and demanding an end to the challenges in Ablekuma North.
The people of Ablekuma need a representation, and government must take steps in ensuring that the Electoral Commission declares.
Ablekuma North parliamentary seat still hangs in the balance nearly 2 months after the general election.
The fact is that as I stand here, I don't have any document to continue, and both parties are also not having.
I believe that NPP will win because this constituency is NPP stronghold. The Rablan have won. We all know.
Dr. Sribo has been providing some answers.
It is the return officer who declares results. So the last time we were left with about 3. By all means, we'll go back to the coalition center again for the return officer to take decisions on them.
In Ablekuma North, the struggle for parliamentary representation is far from over.
Many have suggested the Electoral Commission at least rerun 3 of the police station election to end this back and forth. However, the buck stops with the returning officer, Vincent Obeng, to make the final determination. Joseph Armstrong, Good Alibwe, TV3, Accra.
And that will be all for the morning news. Many thanks for joining in right here on TV3. New Day continues right after this break. Let's do this again. Have a nice day.